All right, so good morning. I want to talk real quick about our Level 1 Survival Foundations course, okay? The Survival Foundation course is our basic level course, right? We're going to learn survival kit mentalities. We're going to go over shelters, fire, water purification, a little bit of self-aid, some land navigation across our land nav course. Those are the things that we're going to be covering. It is going to be laid back. We're not going to be like going without food, going without sleep, and we're not going to be like yelling and screaming or any of that madness. We're going to do some classroom time where you take some notes, we'll write some stuff down, and then we're going to move out here somewhere on the property and actually execute what we just covered in class. Okay. So the start time is going to be around 8 o'clock. We're going to meet at the pickup site at 7:30, or the meetup site rather, at 7:30. That's listed on the website, and then we're going to move to school property, and class should start around 8 o'clock. The things that you need as a student, or you need to bring camping gear and food for the full weekend. Now, the campsites are primitive campsites. There is a bathroom on site, but there's no showers or anything like that. It is about a 200 or 300 yard walk from the parking lot. But if you have a lot of heavy gear or stuff, we have a side by side. We can help, ferry some stuff back and forth. We'll help you out and get it over here to the campsites. As far as camping gear, if you want to bring a tent, a hammock, you can, whatever you want to bring, sleeping bags, whatever, just be prepared for whatever temperatures or the weather's going to provide for us, right? As far as the food goes, it needs to be quick meals. Like you could probably have like a decent breakfast meal because we're going to start at school or class the next day around 7 or 7:30 because I'm on the clock, right? We're trying to get the most bang for our buck. We're getting the most learning time in as we can. So we don't want to waste time on lunch breaks. So bring something you can eat on the go, not something that you're gonna have to heat up and boil up. Those can be your dinner meals later in the evenings, but during the day you just need stuff that we can eat and while we can move through the course. What you need to bring as a student for the actual class, you need to bring a hip knife of some kind, a full tang hip knife. You need 100 foot of 550 cord. We're going to take that 550 cord, we're going to cut it into different lengths, we're going to manipulate in some ways to make it a little better for you, to go into your survival kit. A Bic lighter. You just bring a Bic lighter. I mean, if you want to bring a cheaper lighter, whatever, but a Bic lighter, they're really reliable. Bring one of those because we're also going to use that in our fire kit, our fire kits and stuff. At least two water containers, okay? And one of those water containers must be a single wall steel container, okay? Because we are going to boil water and purify water and stuff like that. I say two containers, that way you can put like, dirty water in one, clean water in the other. There is going to be water here on site for you to fill up your canteens and stuff for drinking water. But you need at least one single wall steel container for the course. The other container can be whatever you want it to be. I don't care, but you need at least one of these, okay? You need to have at least like a backpack of some kind, like some type of hiking bag. I mean, it doesn't need to be big. 20 liters or smaller for sure. Um, because I'm going to issue you some gear that you're going to be able to carry around and use. That's what you're going to use throughout the course here. Uh, and you just need a way to be able to transport all that, and plus your snacks and whatever, and your water, whatever else you're going to carry. You need to bring a pair of gloves, not the rubber like safety gloves that those cut stop gloves or whatever. I've seen those gloves melt on the people's hands when we're manipulating stuff with fire. So we don't want any of that around here. Bring some leather gloves or some good quality mechanic gloves, something you can grab, hot metal out of a fire with. You can grab briars and branches and all that kind of stuff, and you don't got to worry about getting cut on your fingers. And also, you need to wear appropriate clothing. These are not like maintained trails. We are going to be cutting across country, as it were, right? So you need to wear stuff that's appropriate for that. You need to wear stuff if it's raining, because we're not going to stop if it's raining. We can't control the weather. So wear appropriate clothing if it's going to be hot or cold. Wear shoes that we can get muddy across creeks and stuff in, because that's the stuff we're going to be doing here, okay? Like I said, yes, there is some classroom time, but it's going to be a lot more hands-on and actually executing stuff out here, all right? Good recommended item to have on you is bug spray. Bring some bug spray, bring some sunscreen or chapstick, whatever you need. You know, uh, The only thing that you cannot bring to the course is any type of alcohol or narcotics. None of that is allowed on school property. Only thing allowed is prescription medicine. Okay, if it's prescribed to you, you're allowed to have it, but nothing else is allowed on school property. Here that I'm going to provide to you. Okay, I am going to provide you a compass because we are going to do a land nav course out here. So you're going to get provided a compass. We'll get a class on this, and then we'll go out there and do some land nav. You're going to be issued a ferro rod. We're going to get a ferro rod with a extractor for making fires. We have some number 36 tarred bank line that we're going to use. We have some Gorilla Tape that we're going to use. You're going to get issued some tent stakes, some of these yellow tent stakes. We're going to use those for obviously on our kit for shelters and whatnot. You're also going to be issued you're going to be issued a saw, but these are the two that I have here. I have some Silkies and I have some Bacos. So if you haven't bought one yet, if you don't know what you want, hey, just wait till you get here and you're going to get to try both. I'm going to have enough of these that we're going to be able to use them in class. You're going to be able to go here and cut things off the property. There's plus and minuses with both, right? There's positives and negatives to either one of these. You're also going to get a 55-gallon drum liner that we're going to use for different types of shelters or other sources like that. And you're going to get issued a tarp. Now this is a 6.5 by 6.5 foot tarp. I like this tarp. I'm exactly 6 foot tall, so it fits me. If you have another tarp or if you have your own kit, feel free to bring it. It just needs to have these components in it, okay? But I don't want anybody coming out here with like a 20-foot tarp, right? And when I'm able to issue all this stuff and make it more standardized for me, it makes it a little easier for learning, okay? And that way we're not having to waste time when I'm trying to build a 20-foot tarp shelter, right? All right, so that wraps up, like I said, just a quick video, kind of a quick breakdown on the Level 1 Survival Foundation course that we offer. Go to arkansassurvival.com. That's a full list of dates. Class registration is now open. You'll see the packing list and everything's on there. There's phone numbers, emails. If you have any questions or comments, reach out to me. And those courses go all the way up to level 2, and then there's a level 3 beyond that. I'll make some videos about that later on. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks.